Hi everyone, welcome back to week 6 of digital remote learning. I hope you're doing well. I miss seeing you face to face and just the interesting nature of what unfolded in our classroom when we were meeting. Even though I seem frustrated at times, I do miss that. I think that's so much more engaging than what we have here. With that said, I appreciate everyone staying on top of things and getting that reflection in. I have had a good time reading through those, and I think it's pretty beneficial just to look back and reflect rather than giving you these chapter tests or trying to recreate assessment, which isn't going to be authentic, anyways. So, looking ahead on this week, we're going to look at reciprocal trig ratios and then a visual of reciprocal trig functions. The ratios are values, functions are actually taking some sine function and reciprocating it as well. We're going to start out with a quick check-in. This is a little different than what we've done in the past, and it's open for however much you'd like to respond to the prompt in this. Make sure that you do it though. Submit it though, whether you choose to give a thorough reflection, a thorough response, or just a little short blurb. Make sure you turn it in either way. After that, you have the solutions to last week's practice, and then there is a question or a few questions that you're going to respond to. Make sure you do the reflection and pull up your work so you can look at how it went for you. If you've turned that in, I've already given you comments as well. After that, we have a quick estimate, which is just a little bit of some classroom building and dynamic just so we can stay in touch with each other and see that there are other people doing content in the class. Finally, this is a little different than what we've done in the past. This is a Khan Academy lesson in practice. I'm not sure how I feel about this. We're going to give it a try, though. The other pre-calc teachers are trying it as well. We're just trying to mix things up a little bit so it isn't just the same repetitive nature, even though our class isn't that repetitive in my mind. I just want to try some different things as we go. So if you didn't join the Khan Academy class that you received an email from last week, make sure you click the first link and do so. Second link is to that actual practice, which you can find on your Khan Academy dashboard. You need to be signed into your SD5 account for this to work. If you have hiccups or if there are issues, make sure you let me know and I will try and clear up whatever issues we come across. Second, there is no introduction or video on this end. The Desmos activity will walk you through the second portion of this week's practice. So I created this. Let me know what questions there are along the way with this as well. I appreciate your patience, and we're just trying these new things as we continue working through this remote digital learning. On the other end of things, looking towards the future, last week with the board deciding to continue distance learning for the rest of the year, there are a few things that we can touch on that have been in the works that we have official documents for now and direction towards. The first of those is Precalculus is considered a junior course actually. So what that means is seniors in this class, you are done with content on the 22nd of May, and that is for seniors only in this class as far as I have been directed. If you are a junior in this class, we are done on the 2nd of June with content. I'm not sure how it's going to work with doing one day of content, so I would be fairly confident, and I'm basically making an executive decision saying the last week of content in this class will be from the 26th, since the 25th is Memorial Day. We don't have school that day technically. From the 26th to the 29th, if you're a junior, will be the last week of this class for new content. And that will most likely be some sort of reflection where I will ask you just to look at some big ideas that we've done this year. The second thing that we'll touch on is there are no final exams this year in any class. There can be final projects the week before, but you won't sit and take I won't have you sit and take some multiple choice final exam or comprehensive exam. So that is from direction of Mrs. Payne, and both high schools actually decided that. So there's a document that clearly says no final exams. So that will be during the time frame. Again, final projects can happen, or some sort of comprehensive reflection, but there should be no final exams. The final thing that we'll touch on is for late work. All work is technically due on the 9th. This week, if you are a junior, from the 2nd or the 1st to the 9th is basically 2nd to the 9th, technically the last week, let's be consistent, is meant to be time for you to catch up if you need to in other classes. Now, on top of that, one other point that I need to add is you should not be deducted for late work. So what that unfolds is right now I have zeros in if you have not done assignments, but ultimately you're receiving full points if you go through and complete the assignment all the way. This is direction from the documents we've received from Mrs. Payne and the other high school as well. So again, I'll say it again, there should be no deductions for work being turned in late. That doesn't mean work being turned in incorrect or work not turned in, but if something is worth 15 points and you do it all the way 2 weeks late, it should still receive full points. I think that's an important point to make because with this dynamic, there are a lot of things that are out of some of your classmates' control, as in having to deal with siblings, having to do a whole bunch of extra things on your plate. So know that if you turn something in, you'll be graded as if it is on time. And that should be across all your classes. There's documents that specifically state that. If you have extra questions on top of this, make sure you let me know. I hope that this week goes well for you as well. Again, I miss seeing everyone, and we'll keep in touch as we go through the following weeks. Thanks.